Hello, everybody, and welcome into another exciting episode of Bloody Good Horror. My name's Eric, and I'll be your host for this evening, where we will be reviewing Marshmallow. I was gonna make like a musical, like there's an electronic musician, but he's not even really popular anymore, John. Like that was like 10 years ago. So
my kids had like
went to s'mores. Like that's marshmallows is s'mores to me. You are far.
I don't know. I saw a reel the other day where he gave that big white guy rapper. I can't lost his name now. He gave him his own custom helmet.
There you go.
Are you talking about what is that guy's name? That guy that's fucking everywhere.
I know. I can't think of it now.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll. Yes.
John, do you know who Jelly Roll is?
I'm aware of the existence of Jelly Roll. Yes.
I was expecting you to say no. I was going to say I'm jealous, but
Come on.
all right. We're here tonight to talk about Marshmallow. Joining me first up from Indiana, please welcome Casey to the show.
Hello.
Next up from the mean streets of Oakland, California, never seen a Target in her life. Please welcome Rachel to the show.
Certainly not 9 within a few miles of each other.
She's figuring out how the other half lives. And last up tonight from Manhattan, New York City, please welcome John to the show.
Target like less than 10 blocks from my apartment right now.
So. Wow. Look at you. You know, my main thought coming out of this movie is it really just solidified a stance I already had and felt pretty strongly about, which is that I just will not send my children to one of these summer camps.
Did you guys go to summer camp?
My kids returned from summer camp on the 15th. Like
not overnight camp. My kids do day camp. I just feel like the best case scenario, your kid comes back mildly traumatized. Like that's the best case scenario.
Yeah, I would say my trauma is mild, but
I mean, Eric,
at least the summer camp related trauma.
We do not have time to get into this right now. My kids got back. They went for the first time, all three of them, 3 weeks.
That's crazy.
They were like, we can't
Are
wait
you
to go back
looking
next
at boarding
year.
schools at this point?
No, I mean, well, if I could afford it, maybe. But no, they were like, can't wait to go back.
Awesome.
And in New York, it's like very common. Like people send their kids to summer camp to like get them out of the city. And like the standard length is 7 weeks. Like you literally are gone most of the summer.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I never did like multi-week ones. Mine were all like a week at a time.
I feel like
This
this movie is the
camp was
best
like-
case scenario.
This was like ridiculous. Like we don't need to we can get into it as part of the review. Like at no point in any part of this camp was it like a normal camp. Let's just put it that way. So
I don't know, John. I think this is it. This is gospel.
except maybe the bullying. I don't know. Rachel.
Well, the bully, yeah. We've covered many years in the show, John, if you not believing bullying exists, but I assure you it does. All right. Let's take a quick break and review Marshmallow. If everyone could turn their headphones down a touch, I'm getting some bleed. I'm guessing it's you, Schnars.
Main feature.
And we're back. I'm drinking a fine cream soda tonight. People.
Excellent.
I don't know how you feel about that, but it's like a comfort food staple, you know? What do you got over there, Rachel?
I'm drinking a flat white from Pete's
Wow.
with oat milk and a little bit of cinnamon on top.
It is
'cause I'm
5:30
fancy.
there. 5:30.
Yeah, I got the biggest one possible. If they had had a Trente, I would have been like, I'll take 2.
Oh, my Lord. All right. John Schnars, how are the people out there in the world taking your haircut? Better or worse than we took it?
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Are people
Was it a
covering
lot of,
their
like-
children's eyes?
Which
They're like, avert your
people?
eyes, children.
Was it a lot of like, oh, thank God you did this? Or was it people like us who were like in mourning?
No, I think. Well, look, I don't see people other than on Zoom most of the day, so it's hard to say.
My children stayed home today, and one of them at one point, out of the blue, said, Daddy, do you think you'll ever work in a real place?
Will you go?
I was like, I know
outside?
what you mean, but that's offensive and hurtful. Thank you.
No, so I think people were.
My answer was, I hope not.
People have been supportive. Suzanne is very happy, which, what else do I have to worry about?
Happy wife, happy life. Yep.
Yep.
But what about your podcast wife? He does not seem happy.
Yeah.
That's right.
He can survive. I only see him through the video screen.
Whose fault is that?
Could we get like maybe a
I would say
filter on
yours.
you?
It's probably
Like
both of our faults.
curly hair, like long hair. Can we get like a little
Yossify him.
snap filter?
Now we're talking. Oh,
Lord.
lipstick into it. All right, John, please bring us the word of the day.
Get a little Oz.
Pretty him up a little bit, you know?
Today's word is gelatin. Gelatin, gelatin, a virtually colorless and tasteless water-soluble protein prepared from collagen and used in food preparations as the basis of jellies, in photographic processes, and in glue. Comes to us from the Latin gelata, meaning frozen, or gelare, meaning freeze. Gelato. That's how the Latins say it. Gelatin, one of the key ingredients of a marshmallow.
Oh, I wondered where you were going with that.
There's a lot of spoilery words I could have used, and I was sort of trying to avoid, and I went with something
Love it.
topical.
All right, John, please tell us about Marshmallow.
Yeah, Marshmallow. So, look, I was not familiar with this film until it was suggested to watch for this here podcast. It is available to rent and or buy on many of your streaming services right now. Directed by Daniel Del Purgatorio, a name I almost suspect is a pseudonym or a nom de plume or
It's
what have
giving
Definitely
coffin.
calls it gelare.
It's giving Coffin Joe.
you. Del Purgatorio. Daniel Del Purgatorio directed writer Andy Greskoviak. So this is, as Eric had alluded, a camp film. Our main character is Morgan. Morgan is a shy, troubled might be strong, but let's just say he's not like the outgoing alpha 12-year-old of his cohort. And his parents have decided they are going to send him to summer camp. He is not pleased about this, which I can relate with because my 11-year-old was pretty resistant to going, even up to the moment we basically were like, get on the bus now, So you've got Morgan. He goes to the summer camp. There's sort of this like opening sequence with his parents, and we have Corbin Burnson playing his grandfather.
Yeah. Still
Yes.
working.
Yep.
Still out there.
He is doing one day of shooting on this film. I
Yeah,
suspect.
he's giving
And-
Bryan Cranston these days. Interestingly enough, I like almost thought it was him for a second.
Who do you? Oh man, I'm not gonna look this up now, but I'm so curious now. Who's older, him or Bryan Cranston? Maybe they're the same age.
Him.
Him. You think Corbin's?
Oh yeah.
That would have been my
gonna
guess.
look it up.
But, okay, so Corbin Burnson at their family dinner before going to camp dies. Tragically. I mean, it's not. It's a not a great scene for Morgan.
They are 1 year and 6 months apart.
Okay. there you go.
Bryan Cranston is 69 and Corbin Burnson is 70.
Wow, that's a long year. That is a long year.
I thought Corbin Burnson looked great in this. I was like,
Yeah, I thought he looked good too.
But I mean, I don't know. But
Have
like,
you seen Bryan Cranston when he's like just sort of walking around the street? Because I feel like he.
Yeah, he looks old as hell when
Yeah,
he's
they
just
made
in his
him-
like, yeah.
I guess
I mean,
haven't
like,
seen him walking around the street.
handsome AF, but like if you
No,
haven't seen
he's
him since
great.
Breaking Bad days, you're like, oh shit, he's old. Okay.
This is not a commentary on Bryan Cranston. I love Bryan Cranston, but
Well,
I'm telling you,
one
like-
of them was like an '80s star, and the other one
Wait
was
a
like
second.
a '90s star. So I assumed
Yeah.
there was like
This
a
is
bigger
gonna.
gap
Okay,
between
hold
them.
on. I need to do something here.
do we want to get through Marshmallow?
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
Yeah, it's fine.
Um,
Stand by.
the story.
Look at this
of
picture.
Morgan and his
Look at this picture of the two of them next to each other. You tell me if they look alike.
There you go.
It's uncanny.
Yeah, they
It's
look like they
wild.
could be
Yeah, cousins at least.
cousins. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. Good
Like
pull.
dream
Aaron.
That is-
blunt
that's a good
rotation
call.
right there.
Did you
Yeah.
just like Google Bryan
Yeah,
Cranston? and-
I did.
okay. Wow,
Turns out the
Right.
Carry on.
that's funny. You've now screwed up all the sizes of our pictures in the.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry. I got it.
All right,
Carry
I'll
on.
keep going. Morgan, so he's going to Camp Almar, I believe it's called, something like that. His mom drops him off, sort of, it's like a whatever, goodbye, and then he's at camp. And so there's like other kids at camp, there are the counselors, there's sort of like all the camp trappings. The first night they tell this story about like a doctor, and there's like the doctor has a basement. Like it's a pretty convoluted sort of campfire story about like a scary doctor who may or may not prowl the camp. And then that sort of like tees up some of the spooky stuff that's going to happen around the camp. So Morgan starts seeing stuff at night. He's also experiencing, and I think it's actually before he even goes to camp, there's like a dream sequence where there's like this water stuff that's happening, which that sort of persists throughout the film. And then some of the other kids, they're just weird. Like they're just they're like 10 to 20% off, maybe in some cases 50% off. One kid goes like pretty ballistic at one point and is like doing murdery stuff. So yeah, it's all a little weird, and a lot of the film really turns, and we can kind of stop and kind of then walk through the sort of reveals, but like there's this mystery of like, is something strange going on at this camp? Is this like stuff that Morgan is seeing at night a dream? Is it like reality? And the counselors are all sort of downplaying everything and like, don't worry about it. But that's the tee up. It's a camp horror story with a 12-year-old at its center, questioning life.
Are we all, John? Love it. Rachel, what'd you think?
Okay, so I first saw this movie actually, like, I think a few months ago when it first came out on VOD. There was like very little fanfare, very little hype. It was something that I think I had seen maybe like a little teeny whisper of buzz about. So I decided to give it a shot. And I think that's actually the perfect way to see it, just to have absolutely no expectations going into it, because then you end up with, even though there are certainly flaws to this film, it's an indie film with a modest budget. It almost reads like something you would find on like late night cable or stumble across like renting on VHS because of the cool poster. And so I think that I appreciated that about it, because despite the fact that it is very heavily influenced by 80s slashers, like sleepaway camp slasher type films, it does sort of do some new things with it. It doesn't try to just tap into the nostalgia notes, but actually sort of uses the language and the expectations we have about those films to tell a different kind of coming of age story. Because I think ultimately this is a coming of age story through the lens of horror, and that coming of age stories are about finding out who you are, and that is certainly something that the character experiences. It's about loss of innocence and understanding your mortality. Again, these are like major themes that we get into as the movie goes on, and so I liked that about it, that it definitely played with my expectations. And I do think that there are some issues with it. I think it goes off on the rails a little bit, in that I'm more interested in the film that follows this film. Like, it sets up a really cool idea and I would like to have followed that a little bit further along. And I think
I
this
like
is
a movie
character's
that's not this movie necessarily,
No,
but
no, I liked this movie. I just think that like it ends in a place where I'm like, ooh, I wanted to see
Yeah.
like literally what happens next. So yeah, but like I would say in a sea, this is very much a trend right now, and there's like a sea of these sort of 80s horror throwbacks and nostalgia grabs. I think Marshmallow manages to do something new, which I appreciate. And I think it misdirects, like I said, with the filmic language of these like 80s slashers while hitting you from the side with a very different sort of coming of age story. So I think despite its flaws, that's pretty cool in and of itself.
Casey.
What Rachel said. Yeah, I felt much the
Gonna be
same
short
way
show
about
tonight.
this. This movie really struck me more than anything. It hits on the nostalgia factor in a couple different ways. You know, the B movie slasher nostalgia, the summer camp nostalgia itself, the coming of age nostalgia. I think this is like this was a giant nostalgia bomb for me, and I think they did a good job of, like Rachel said, of kind of recreating that kind of 80s B movie slasher feel. Is this movie perfect? No. Is it top 10 material? No. But is it a fun little indie flick that you find on streaming somewhere on cable? Yes. That's what this movie is. And it's just fun to sit through. There's definitely problems. It definitely gets goofy. But like Rachel, too, it gets goofy in a way at the end. I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. That's cool. Now what do they do next? I felt that I know exactly what she's talking about because it's just like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I really like the aspect with the kids. Guess our lead Max was a little
Morgan.
or
Well, that's
Morgan.
his,
Yeah,
his name's like Kua, I think. Actually, yeah.
well, he was a little low key sometimes, I think. But when you get the group of him and his misfit friends together in the camp, I think they have a good chemistry, and I think their camaraderie helps bring that coming of age flavor to this movie and really boost it. And I really like the relationship with Morgan and the little girl and that aspect of the coming of age. It was just kind of cute and wholesome to watch in the middle of this goofy horror movie.
John.
I feel like you all are trying to lower the bar as high or as low as you can, as you can lower it. This it just didn't really work for me, and I get that I sort of get what it's trying to do. There's just a lot of other things that are doing this at a different level, and I don't know. It just did not. It was not. It's not clicking for me. I was getting pretty low. Like by the time it starts to, so we get about 2/3 of the way in before it really is like tipping its hand, and then you get a big exposition dump, and at that point, I almost was like, I don't even really want to know what's happening anymore. So, I guess fundamentally, I was having a hard time connecting with Morgan.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, let's just it's a movie where it's a movie for adults where kids are the main characters, and that's a really hard needle to thread, in my opinion.
yeah, and
Somebody called it Goosebumps for adults. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I can see that.
but it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's so, it's not working on like the horror level for me. Like the whatever the sort of nostalgia aspects. Like I get if you found this in 1991 on cable TV, yeah, sure, okay, but that's not the world we're living in right now, and it's not the universe I was like coming to this film from. I didn't know anything other than seeing the poster, and the poster definitely is giving the what the hell? Now I'm gonna blank. The Burning. It's
Burning.
giving The Burning vibes. This is not The Burning. Like, there's not even really like slasher elements to this at any level.
No.
The counselors are like fun and a little goofy. I agree, Casey. The point on the like friends, like the friends were fine.
Yeah.
Dirk and like the little like gang, like they're
I
fine.
actually like Dirk
I
a
kind of
lot.
wish they focused on Dirk instead of
Yeah.
Morgan.
Yes.
Doink.
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 Yes. it just did not come together for me. I was shocked. I was just looking on IMDb. It says an hour and 33 minutes. I swear to God, the version of this movie I watched was longer than that.
Thank God, because I only had an hour and 33 minutes to watch it. So I was pretty thankful for that. John, you and I, pretty aligned this week. Did not connect with me. I don't really get it. I think for me, it's a couple things. The kids as the main characters in an adult film, really hard to pull off. Like, I can scarcely think of instances where that's ever worked. Like, for some reason, I keep thinking of Super 8, which there are, given this film's sort of attempt to pluck some nostalgia strings, I think there actually are some through lines there. But even Super 8 ultimately is really calling back to like Goonies in a lot of ways, which was a kids movie originally. We just love it because we were kids, really. You know what I mean?
I watched Goonies pretty recently, and
It holds up.
Yeah.
It holds up, but you know what's funny? It's sort of like can you tell I want to talk about anything but this movie? The thing about Goonies that's fun and on a rewatch is it's almost like disarmingly low budget in a way you forget about, because you think like, oh, that was like Steven Spielberg involved, and like it's actually kind of bootleg in a really fun way when you go back and watch it now. I think this movie is attempting to punch above its weight kind of like emotionally in the end, and I don't think it earns it, and I think that's the biggest problem. Like, takes way the mystery's just not working for me. I am holding on for dear life for the first hour of this movie, just trying to stay with it. When they start info dumping, I'm at least like, okay, something's happening now. I don't understand a goddamn word of what's happening, but it's happening, and I'm like, all right, we're here. There's no real tension. There's no scares, so it's not even like you're really, I don't know what the first hour is accomplishing for me as a viewer. At least in the final third, I was like, all right, we're getting somewhere, and I'm intrigued, like, conceptually by where it goes. But I ultimately think they super just don't earn the kind of emotional impact and shock that they're trying to have by the ending. Weirdly, like, there are moments of humor when this movie tries to be funny. It actually is. You got this dude from Super Troopers, which I know listen, it's been 20 years since Super Troopers, and like, I'm sure this guy's been on a lot of other stuff, but like, I was like, oh, it's a Super Troopers guy. He has a bunch of funny lines in the movie, but they're weirdly kind of, I have a little trouble jiving that part with the rest of the film, because it's so kind of bleak in a way. I wanted this to be a comedy, because every time they went that way, it actually was sort of shining for me for a moment. I'm like, there's like something here with the writing and some of these actors. Like, this could be funny. A lot of it is that dude, to be fair. I just like him. So yeah, I just think it really does not come together. I don't think they earn where they're trying to go with it in the end. It's not really entertaining for most of it as a horror film. And so a lot of your entertainment and a lot of your connection with it is really going to live and die on how you're able to connect with the child character, which is, I don't know, to me, a little bit of a blank slate. You can definitely feel the people who made this, right? Like, you feel their nostalgia for this summer camp experience and for this kind of era in horror in the film. I don't think that's enough to get you where you need to go. But to Casey's point about summer camp, like, they do take a good amount of time to really set the kind of atmosphere for this camp, which, like, certainly if you have that nostalgia, I could see that hitting for you. Can
we pause on that for a second?
Sure.
The cabins that they have at this camp are like, he's in a cabin with one other person, even though there are multiple beds. Now, all of the like weird shit that happens at this camp can kind of be explained
There's also
away.
like 20 kids total.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that was the other point I was going to make.
The logistics were a little weird for sure.
Well, because look, like, this is the thing, right? Like, it's a low budget movie. You're like, yeah,
It's a low budget movie, right?
Now, but all of it can be explained away once you get the reveal of like what the hell's going on, because like all of a sudden it's like, this isn't a normal summer camp. Like, so like there are scenes in this movie that take place at night where he is in the cabin by himself because he has one other bunkmate that is like gone, even though there's like multiple other beds. Like it was very, again, my kids just got back from summer camp. When you go to summer camp, you're in a cabin with like fucking 15 kids. It's like a dorm with no walls.
They did make a comment that they separated him after his roommate beat the crap out of him, though.
But
Yeah,
all
they're
the other
also
cabins,
all out at the campfire. He's alone in his room because of like what
They did let him go
happened
out
with
there.
him almost dying.
But no
Can
one,
we-
But there's never a scene where they're like in the bunk, other than like they're like the two kids like roughhousing, and then it's like, I don't know, whatever. There's like
No,
bunch
it
of
is
scenes-
weird because they never show him and the bully from his school. They never show anybody
But
but
we
those two
see
in that room.
Multiple girls coming out of a girls' cabin. So I think we just never see a scene where he's in there with his bunkmates. I don't
Can we
know
just-
that
we-
he's alone.
I'd like to jump ahead to spoiler territory for a
Yes,
second.
let's
do
here.
it.
go. Explain to me what
whole-
happens, Eric.
The whole
please.
crux of the film, the whole like explanation, is that okay? You want me to explain it? I'll try.
No.
So
please,
like
let's go.
these are children that died, and they have invented some kind of technology to basically make like replicant, sort of like semi-robotic sentient replacement children. So we're in a world in which that technology exists, right? They can eat food, they talk, they have their own memories and
They
emotions.
think they're normal. Like they think they're normal.
They think they're
kids.
just normal kids. That's what the whole thing of the movie is like. In the end, they just discover they're not. But they couldn't figure out growth. Like,
Well, or any like security that like keeps the kids
That's
from
the
like
B
doing.
moviness of it.
they're robots. You can't just like boop. You can't just like turn them on. Like there's no key. There's no like skeleton key to turn these fucking. It's just like that's a lot for me to swallow when it's the whole crux of the entire movie. Like because that's the reason they're even at the camp to begin with, and then they just hand wave away. They're like, oh, like eventually, right? Like he won't come here anymore. But like blah blah. And you're just like, man.
Well, the kids aren't.
That's
So
wild.
okay, my understanding of this, and happy for people to tell me I'm wrong. It's not about the kids. It's about the parents. Like these kids
Yeah.
died. Their parents basically like paid to have replicant versions of their kids made for grieving purposes. What I don't 100% understand, and this may have been made clear in the film, but I just missed it. Why are they going to the summer camp? Like it's like to recharge or like to like. Make
That's
sure
when
they're
they
okay?
would knock him out at night, and then they do surgery and
That's
make
why
him
it's
taller.
like the camp's like slogan is a place to grow.
I
Yeah.
see. I see. Okay.
The Super Trooper guy was the surgeon that was operating on the kids.
No, well, all of the counselors are in on it, right? Like it's
Yeah,
not
but
like-
but Super Trooper guy is the one that broke it down because he was the one doing the actual surgeries, and he's the one that broke down the exposition dump of how they were bringing them back year by year to grow because that's the only thing they couldn't solve.
again, and
Like,
this is
couldn't
maybe-
you just make house calls and have the parents like give them something and like just take
You'd
care
think.
Yeah, or like any other thing. Where it's like you're
It's
going
giving like the end
to
of
a
old.
hospital.
It's giving the end of old when we see their like science laboratory with no lights on. Like we're just doing all this science on a summer camp, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they had underground labs though too. That's the other thing that we never got to see to make this make even more sense. They had this whole underground. If they'd shown more, we only got to see the underground hospital like through that basement window and maybe like half of an operating room. If they showed more of what was going on in this complex underneath the ground, it would have added to that intrigue. If we got more
Well,
hints of what was going on with this stuff,
It didn't even
I thought it
occur
was
to me
lacking.
because like, because before the reveal even happens, like, the film really kind of presents well, at least to me. Maybe I'm not very smart, John, but like, it felt like a
Seen
film
a lot of
about,
movies.
felt like a very 2025 horror film about like grief because the kid watches his grandfather die and he's seeing his grandfather in his nightmares basically, which is like can be a very common symptom of like grieving a loved one, like seeing them in your dreams, seeing them places like out in the world. But then like where does that go?
Well, the
Like,
grandfather's
ultimately.
saying like He's there's
He
something
says like, "I'll see you again. I get to see
Yeah.
you again."
Yeah.
or yeah, like now you're here. Like there's something about them like being together because
Well, I think he's gonna
Well-
see in the afterlife. He's actually gonna see the child that died.
And Grandpa's the one that saved him when he drowned.
yeah,
Well, didn't save him.
didn't save.
Well, didn't save him, but he's the one that went in after him. So he's like the last thing he saw. And that stuff does get muddled, though, because you've got his dreams, you've got his sightings of the surgeon around the camp
Yeah.
that feel like they're part of his dreams. But then you got these flashbacks to his death that are floating around in there, too. And they're all just kind of thrown together.
I
That
think they
part
try to
did
keep
not-
it mysterious for too long and then
Yeah.
dump too much stuff all in the same like section.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know, Bryan Cranston would have saved that kid, just for the record. Just saying.
It's that year of extra youth that he has. His reaction
Yeah.
would have been a little
He's that
bit
much
better.
more.
He's
smart.
1 year sprier. Yeah.
Exactly.
1 year and 6 months to be exact.
That is wild to me. I'm sorry. I know that we've moved on from the conversation, but it's blowing my mind.
I mean, you want to really get your mind blown, Rachel? Breaking Bad debuted like 20 years ago.
Fuck you.
So he was probably 50. Yeah, he was
And I
like
take
49.
that personally.
And actually, that's really funny because that show all revolves around like him turning 50 in the first season. So he was like exactly that age.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's interesting. He was like 49 when he started.
I do want to call out on this movie as far as the cast, though. There's one, the main actress that played Rachel, Georgia Wiggum. She's been in quite a bit of stuff, and she was the one I'm familiar with is Ted, the TV show. She played the older sister, but she's actually got a couple movies under her belt, like Into the Dark. I just want to say I thought she was good in this as the kind of the lead bad guy counselor. I thought she was kind of a standout as far as the counselors go.
Yeah, there was some synthy music too that I liked, but it's very underused. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
this whole movie, you pump this thing full of synth, I might be like 30%
I was about
more
to say,
positive.
did they not know they just needed slightly more synth than Eric would have?
And
It's
not
just
even a
it-
splash of pink neon.
Because when the music comes in, I'm like, oh shit,
It's
okay.
good. It's
but
good.
it's
Yeah.
it's so
sparing.
sparse. It's so
Yeah.
sparse. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm a
I was
music
afraid to
whore.
say that
Give
because
me all the
I was
music.
really going to be like, this is terrible synth music.
No, he was really no. It was really good. In fact, I immediately went and looked up who it was because it sounded like this other composer that I really like, but it was somebody I didn't know.
Yeah, but more than anything, was this the director's first movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
We,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah, in that
I
case,
see potential. I see potential.
100%. I agree. Like, and that's kind of what I mean. Like, it gives the feeling of somebody who has an idea of where they want to go and just doesn't quite have the skill set to get there yet, or the money. To
Or they're
John's
learning. Yeah,
point.
and they're learning.
I 100% agree. Knowing it's a first-time director, I think there's a ton of potential here. It's just I'm old and cranky, and
Yeah.
like wake me up.
I'm
when I
not
get
here
there.
for your first time directing
Nah.
outings.
This is why I won't watch short movies, John. Like I'll catch me in 10 years when you make a good feature. Then I'm there.
Fair
I
enough.
got so many years left, John.
I feel that.
Climate change. Who knows?
Climate
Barreling
change. Come on.
towards
That's going to
the
take way
end.
too long to get
AI apocalypse.
to. Yeah. So
It's
many
closer
other
by the day,
options.
John.
Yeah. So many other options.
All right. Would you recommend Marshmallow, Rachel?
I would give it a soft recommend. I think, on VOD for sure. Yeah.
Casey,
A B movie, yes.
John.
It's going to be a no.
Yeah, agree. It's a no for me, dog. All right. Let's take a quick break and do some fan mail.
Send feedback to info@bloodygoodhorror.com or on Twitter using hashtag AskBGH. Join Patreon to get back episodes and much more. Patreon.com/bloodygoodhorror.
And we're back. You know, I was happy, like, that once the info dumping started, I was like, oh, thank God I wasn't, like, supposed to understand what was happening. That was a nice relief, honestly. It made me feel smarter than I am. Thanks, everybody who... First of all, thank you to our patrons supporting the show, keeping us going. And thank you to the people hanging out with us tonight on YouTube. If you want to get the live stream link every week, go to patreon.com/bloodygoodhorror. Samantha Christ, no Jason Alexander. No.
It's a miss.
Point one for the burning. Jace, movies for adults with child leads, Pan's Labyrinth and Let the Right One In. Okay.
Both great.
I would say those are two, like, very, good that's like the top tier. That's like the exceptions that prove the rule, Samantha Christ knows how to get on the show. The largest blemish on this film is the lack of a score by Hi-Fi.
He is a musician, so you can trust him.
Huh? There you
He
go.
knows what he's talking about.
Appreciate it, buddy. And our buddy Ryan, a.k.a. Webby, says, synth me up, baby. That's right. That's right. info@bloodygoodhorror.com is the email address. But before we do that, Casey, why don't you tell us what's on Threads, because I didn't look at our email yet.
Yeah, we got 2 questions out there on Threads. Oddly food-related this week. Makes sense with a movie called Marshmallow.
Yeah.
First up, we got Well-Adjusted Podcast. What's your favorite Lucky Charm shape?
Cinnamon
Clover.
Toast Crunch.
The Clovers.
I was gonna
I
say
like
the
the blue
rainbows.
horseshoes.
I think the rainbows were like the most recent addition.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus,
Well,
I
okay.
support
Favorite cereal of all time. What you got?
Oh, that's
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Mine is Honey Bunches of Oats.
Solid.
Raisin Bran Crunch.
So good.
You gotta eat them right away. Honey Bunch of Oats is like at the very top of the You have to eat that as soon as the milk hits the cereal.
Yeah.
I don't mind it a little mushy. I like a little in between.
No, that's crazy talk.
Little al dente.
You don't tell me what kind, John. Don't tell me what kind of textures I enjoy. Okay,
No,
I'm very
well, you know-
particular.
Well, you know what I would say actually about the Honey Bunches of Oats is even when
That
the
thing has
cornflake
structural
piece-
integrity, though.
Exactly. When the cornflake piece is very limp, you still have the crunch of
Yeah.
the bunch. The bunch is still solid.
The bunch of crunch.
Have the crunch of the butt. Yeah.
I don't even remember what Honey Bunches of Oats looks or tastes like.
They're
I'm a
so
Cinnamon
good.
Toast Crunch girl or Honey Nut Cheerios. Those are
There's another one I'm thinking of that's very similar to Honey Bunches. They're just like O's, right?
Well, no, O's is nothing like a Honey Bunch. O's is like
Oh.
Fruit Loops. It just.
I actually
loops your
take back
mouth.
I meant O's.
Oh,
Honey O's is my answer.
so O's are delicious. They destroy
like
your mouth.
marshmallow
Like they
level.
just,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the O's have structural integrity. Like, you can let them soak for a few minutes.
Oh no, but my point is they will cut the shit out of your mouth. It's like they're just
like
designed-
chewing glass. Yeah.
It's like in The Simpsons when he gets the crusty razor-o, but they're all like that. So
Also, like in my
Freak who likes grape
dirtbag,
nuts.
Ugh.
stoner,
I mean, I ate grape nuts a lot growing up.
That is
my dirtbag stoner teenage days, you get me on some Fruity Pebbles. I'll eat the whole box.
Oh, for me, that was Captain Crunch, which would also destroy your mouth. But
Yeah.
nowadays, it's Raisin Bran Crunch.
Fruity Pebbles, I feel like I only experience now in sort of luxury donuts or cookies.
Sure.
You know, you
Yeah.
get to
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never big on the cocoa, like the Fruity Pebbles or the cocoa.
Oh, so
I like
good.
the cocoa one, like the Cocoa Pebbles or the
Those are
Cocoa
good.
Puffs. Those I fucks with.
I was a big
Samantha
kid. The
Chris.
rice cereal was just not filling.
Cookie Crisp.
Cookie
Okay.
Crisp. The thing about Cookie Crisp is like,
Yeah, Cookie
my
Crisp was
mom
good.
refused to buy it when I was a kid because it just was like, oh, this is cookies.
it looked like cookies.
But if you flip the package over on the cereal she would buy, the exact same in
Totally.
like
Yeah.
it-
Oh, yeah.
sugar, ingredients,
yeah,
the 90s, man. Nobody knew how
they
to
were
read a
all
label.
just it was like different packaging of the same horseshit.
Part of it.
100%. But yeah, Cookie
Who eats
Crisp is
breakfast?
Cookie Crisp is god tier cereal, honestly.
part of a complete breakfast for sure.
It was part of it.
with
yeah.
a glass of milk.
A tiny part.
Hey,
Yeah, those 90s Smurfs. It
Bacon.
was always like it was cereal, another glass of milk, a glass of orange juice. Those three things combined are like 65 grams of sugar just in that. Then
Yeah.
it's like toast and butter and bacon and eggs, and it's like, what the fuck?
All right,
my
next
Lord.
up.
I spent my whole senior year of high school eating toaster strudels before school, which like no wonder I was depressed, John.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't get you.
Yeah, don't do
This
it.
is why I eat a pound of eggs every morning now. I'm trying to make up for 30 years of my life.
All right, are we moving off breakfast cereals? Or...
No, I'm
No.
gonna Google more.
Oh, we got more good food. Another good food question here from our buddy Calinat. What are your thoughts on the savory s'more trend? Baby Bell cheese toasted on the fire, and then crackers and charcuterie. Blasphemy or delicious?
I mean, that's just cheese
Holy-
and crackers, bro.
Yeah, like
I've never
yeah.
heard
To
of it.
go to there.
Savory
Yeah, I
s'more.
want to go to there too.
Savory s'more sounds like some bullshit internet way to just describe cheese and cracker,
Here's the
It
thing.
sounds good though.
which has always been delicious.
I make s'mores like pretty regularly with my kids. Like we do the little like solo stove. You know, you get the little, you can get the little
Yeah.
one or you get the big one.
We have fires, John, where I live, where you can have fires.
Well, I mean,
He's in
You can have
Manhattan.
fires at the chalet.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Eric. I'm not
Okay.
doing this in my apartment. And the
Oh, you mean like
problem-
one of those little solo grills? I see what you
Well,
mean.
or we have a big one that we do like the fire pit, or we do like the little. In any event, my point is like
I would
the
love to see
whole
you
thing
start a
with
fire.
the s'more is like the marshmallow is gonna get fucked up. Like you either are like doing, you're like spending a lot of time and energy making the
No,
marshmallow.
I'm burning the
perfect.
shit out. I'm lighting it on fire. Yeah.
But my point with the Baby Bell, like I love the idea. It sounds delicious, but like the Baby Bell cheese,
That's
like,
gonna take some practice
gonna
to
take
get
some
that to
time.
dial
yeah,
that in,
like,
right?
You gotta, you're like just
willing
make
to
a
do the
fucking grilled
science.
cheese, man. Like I love a grilled cheese.
Thank you.
It's like, you know.
There's some
Have you ever
salami in
done
there.
a s'mores with instead of a Hershey's bar, a Reese's peanut butter cup? That's
Yes, because
Rachel,
I
yeah.
years ago went to
Please.
an outdoor wedding in the fall, and as like at the end of like as the was kind of wrapping up, they had fires and they had a s'mores bar and they had like every candy bar on it.
Yep.
that sounds amazing.
That'd be nice.
Couldn't
I
tell you
love
those people's names,
charcuterie
but it was good.
so much though that I'm ready to like any form you want to give it to me in, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, I'm down
I'll
to
eat
try. Like if there's like a method here that I'm not understanding.
I think John, you hit it
in
in the
for
head.
it.
Just make grilled cheese.
Well, yeah.
no,
Well, you think your Baby Bell's gonna get if you put it on the marshmallow stick, it's gonna get drippy, right?
I truly
I don't
wonder how
understand
much a
how it
Baby
would-
Bell would do any kind
I
of
feel like it
melting.
has structural integrity.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna need more info from Calinat.
Yeah.
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 That's it for threads.
I love food questions.
Yes.
Too. I haven't
talk
had dinner
about-
yet, so I have a lot of opinions right now.
Talk about dumb shit. All right, no email. Let's see what we got. Couple questions here. First up, from our friend Brian Wolford, favorite horror at a summer camp film. It's a tie for me between The Burning and Jason Lives.
The burning's up there.
The Burning is
great.
truly like one of those films that's just, it's not, and I don't mean this as a pun, but like it is 80s slasher camp, meaning the other meaning of camp, like in its most pure form.
Yeah.
It's so incredible.
Yeah, and Jason Alexander.
Swimming with a shirt
Final
on.
boy. Final boy. Doesn't
No,
happen
he's
very
not.
often.
He's not. There is a final boy, but
No,
it's
no,
not
yeah,
Jason
it's not Jason
Yeah, yeah.
Alexander.
Yeah, but it's
No,
not
It's the
Jason.
kid from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
We did that. Well, we should shout out if you're a patron. You go way back into our archives into like it's like episode 12. We did a double feature with The Burning and Just Before Dawn, which is really interesting because they both have final boys,
Yep.
and there's like interesting kind of some like gender stuff going on there. So go check it out. It's in the catalog.
Yeah, I mean, The Burning's the one that I go to on this list. Like I've seen all of the Friday the 13th. I don't know that I could pick one that I'm like, this. I feel like The Burning does the camp stuff in a way that most of the Friday the 13th films are not doing.
Well, that's why I like Jason Lives, because Jason Lives is the only one with a functioning summer camp, even though it's like
Fair.
very clearly like October. But like there's a functioning summer camp with kids there. So it adds like a level of chaos to the movie that's fun. I'll give you a kind of like deep cut. And I'm not
Sleepaway
saying
Camp 2.
Oh, I love Sleepaway Camp too. That's a good call, John. But no, I'm not saying this is a good movie. But if you're looking for like a real deep cut camp slasher, I recommend Cheerleader Camp, starring
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
70s heartthrob Leif Garrett, but like in the 80s when he was super on drugs.
Not heartthrobby.
You want to talk about camp? It's incredible.
I'm gonna go in a different direction and say Final Girls. That's my summer camp.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
That's a great
movie.
one.
Yeah.
The Burning's up that is pretty close to mine. I mean, to me, that's the kind of summer camps I remember from when I was real young. So it gets that nostalgia factor added into it. Mm-hmm. I was started going to camps like at the tail end of those kind of camps, I think.
Cool. Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Last question. Book of Dad. How are y'all liking Alien Earth so far? I know we touched on this last week.
Yeah.
But what's the update?
I was texting about it because I wanted to cover this on the pod. So
I've seen a couple hot takes. Mostly it seems like people are into it, but I've also seen I've gotten a couple threads served to me of people being like, this is bullshit, and like ripping on it. So I'm wondering where people are landing.
here's what I'll say, because I'm going to come in hot.
I have not seen any of it, so.
I've watched 2 episodes. I'm very skeptical at this point.
Interesting.
Very
I've heard it's a little wacky to a degree that's like it's getting too far out of left
I
field.
am concerned that it is like it's basically like happening in real time. Like the whole show is happening. At least the first 2 episodes.
Ooh, is this
take place-
24 style?
It's not
Kiefer
quite
Sutherland?
there, but it's like it is. It's all happening in this like very short time window.
I mean, it would have to, right? If it's aliens on Earth and they
mean,
don't
but,
know,
like,
you know.
I was really expecting from the trailers that we saw that we were going to get a lot. Because here's the thing, like, there's like a very big universe of alien stuff that's been created, and I felt like this was going to try to like set up a little bit of like what's been happening on Earth. There's these like competing corporate factions, and like we get a little bit of that. But it's mostly they're just trying to do the like alien action movie stuff, but they're doing it in like 60-minute spurts. And my number
Which
one
is funny
takeaway-
because that's not really why I would come to an alien TV show. I
It's-
want more lore and world
it's
building.
not
right?
look like I what I want it to be is like an alien movie, and I'm like, what are we doing? Like, why? Like, you're like ending on these cliffhangers, and like now there's like it's basically like a 50-minute movie every week. Like that, I am not super here for.
Yeah.
Now I've only seen 2. Like maybe it's gonna change and do something different, but
I haven't had those same exact issues that you have, but I'm also not like fully in love with it. But I did find we talked about this a little bit last week, and Rachel had mentioned some issues with the first episode with kind of
Did
the
not
synth-
like the first episode.
yeah, with the synth
I was gonna
things
say that
going
right
on and
now.
whatnot. What was the term you used for it?
Born Sexy Yesterday.
Yes, Born Sexy Yesterday. Hearing Rachel talk about that, I'm like,
That's
yeah,
right.
that
You
was
did-
pretty weird.
That's
That's
right.
in it later.
You did teach us what that meant. I
Yeah.
forgot about
I
that.
thought the second episode, to me, it felt like they stepped away from that a little bit and were doing some interesting stuff with the synths and the fact that they're children in these crazy bodies. I'm
Oh.
curious of where they're going with that.
because
It's
you've
very-
got the like attractive woman, but with a child's brain in her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the child
that's
brain
also
in a
very-
sexually
Oh, you weren't here
mature
for that,
body
John.
Who's
No,
just
no.
Yeah.
like talking about her boobs. I'm like, this is not why I come to an alien's joint.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
need this in my life. They have moved away from it. The 3rd episode gets more into the corporate espionage elements of it. Like we meet
Because I'm going to watch
Utani.
that after this.
The
Yeah.
boy genius thing is not 100% working for me either.
I am looking forward to watching him get eaten. That will be delicious.
How is the Timothy Oliphant? Because
Honestly, the
He's-
high point of the show.
he's good.
he's up.
the
he-
best.
he's close to Fassbender for me.
And
I don't
he's
know if
not
we've ever
sta- and
discussed
he's
Will
that.
not
not
standard
dissuade
Oliphant.
your man crush. He's like by
Yeah.
the third episode, he is far and away my favorite part of
Is
it.
he synthetic?
He is.
Okay,
So
yeah.
there are synthetics, cyborgs, and this new thing called hybrids, which is how you get born yesterday.
No,
But this
the-
is showing.
yesterday.
I thought
he's
the
showing good
cyborgs
range
were
here.
the Born
What's that?
yesterday. Weren't the cyborgs? Aren't this is the other thing.
Cyborgs are something different, and in
Yeah.
the third episode, we're gonna get more into cyborg stuff.
But isn't the cyborgs when they put the human brains into the fucking robots?
It is an enhanced human body.
Yeah.
For some reason,
cyborgs
Rachel,
are-
just like-
are
Damn it!
modified.
Rachel,
Why am I
like-
always this person?
Given your job, and I know what you write about on a daily basis, somehow, like when you say cyborg stuff, my mind just goes to like a whole place.
I mean, I've broken your mental algorithm.
Let's
like
get
I've
into
broken
it.
my
Let's
own.
get into cyborg stuff.
Eric,
Man.
I actually really want you to watch it because like one of my other big concerns is like some of what works for Alien for me is like the like mystery, like the on like not knowing what's going on. Like
Yeah.
we don't need to go off on a whole fucking tangent about it, but like the technology in the movie, like we're meant to believe that we can create these fucking humanoid synths, robots, whatever. But then the like technology they're using to communicate and these ships are run with like, you know, super
I
archaic
mean, that's always
keyboards.
been true.
Well, they
but
do
look at
that to
Blade
We
try
had
to.
Mother and Ash in Alien. You know?
Understood. Again, like, but like the show, like that works in a movie framework in my mind, and the show gives you like way too much of it, and
Interesting.
it actually like highlights those issues. In
I
my
wish it
mind.
leaned into the retrofuturism a little bit more. I wonder if what
Yeah.
we're like, also what we're experiencing is we're seeing class difference in a different way. Like when we met these characters and we saw the technology and what they were working with, it's very working class versus we're dealing with billionaires or
Yeah, that's what works
trillionaires
with
now.
the what was the one from Alien Requiem? Not Requiem. What was it called? The most recent one?
Covenant.
No,
oh,
the-
oh, Requiem. Yeah.
Requiem. Oh, I was right.
Yeah.
Okay, Requiem. Yeah, like that's what worked for that film. Is it's like you've got the like super down and out,
Yeah.
like they're like
Yeah.
just trying to
Wait.
Like,
See, I'm
It
curious
wasn't
if they're.
Requiem?
I'm curious
Wasn't
if they're
it?
gonna do
was it
more of a Caprica thing.
No,
with
no.
this.
It was Alien versus Predator Requiem.
No, what was the most
was-
recent one?
What was the most
Alien-
recent one called?
I don't fucking know, but it wasn't Requiem.
It wasn't? Okay.
No, I actually think Eric might be right.
Romulus.
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 Requiem.
I don't
It was
know.
an
man.
R
You're
word.
throwing me here. Um,
I wonder if this is going to turn out to be like a Caprica situation with Battlestar, or like Andor with Star Wars, where
Don't spoil the second season of Andor. 'Cause
I haven't watched any of the second season yet, but like
How have you not watched the second season of Andor? What? Get off this call. You have more
know.
important things to
I haven't
do.
watched the first season.
Get off this
I
call.
was
You
very
have a
excited.
lot of more important
I
things.
was
I
very
tapped out
excited for
of I
Alien
tapped
Earth,
out of
that's
Star
why.
Wars.
This
I
is
tapped
unlike
out.
other Star Wars. It is.
I
unlike
tapped
it.
out of Star Wars 3 episodes into The Mandalorian 6 years ago, or however long
very
that was.
But to John's point, like with these being like 60-minute action movies here, I'm wondering if they're trying to get that all out of the system, like in the first 2 episodes, as this movie shifts into the Andor Caprica model, where it's more about the underpinning things happening instead of the aliens on Earth. Like they
You know what
take
I've been-
care of that and
Episode's a
get into the other
reset,
stuff.
But it's. I think we're going to be getting more.
You
You know what I've been
There's
watching
so
at
much-
night on Roku TV?
What, Eric? What have you been
I'm
watching?
about to completely derail this fucking
No,
conversation.
because I'm coming back. I'm coming back to Alien Earth. Go
I've been
ahead.
watching Andromeda. Fucking terrible, but I can't stop watching it.
Alright.
With like Kevin Sorbo and like
Oh,
the worst
Lord.
CG you've ever seen in your life.
So
Gross.
the other thing with Alien is like Alien Earth, the fucking xenomorph. They're just like, here it is, like the xenomorph's out there. It's like running wild in the first episode. Like, build some suspense with the.
I also heard
xenomorph.
it
What
kind
are
of
we
like-
doing
There's
here?
lots of new aliens for you, I guess.
Sure,
There's
but
that.
like, that's another thing where I'm like, do I need this? Like, what am I signing?
I've
up
also
for?
heard
It's
it's sort of
fucking
it like
Alien.
full
Like,
it's not.
you know.
I don't know. Like it fully ignores any of the Prometheus or that
It
timeline,
100%
right?
does. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
it
know how I
does.
feel about
Well,
that.
Noah Hawley basically said that he was like intentionally ignoring it. I think,
Yeah, don't care for
Yeah.
that.
which is weird. I don't know. Whatever. We don't. This is okay.
It's
I will
weird because
continue
the
to watch
last
and we can
movie
talk.
went to pains to like include it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're just being like, nah, fuck it. Like,
Well, maybe they just don't know about it.
I
yet.
don't think it
It's-
applies
it's
to this
very
part of the
early
story.
days. It's
Yeah.
very like, and
This is
like John
pre-Alien.
says, it's like, yeah, it's
This
it's
is-
also
it does take
very
place before
compressed
Alien.
amount of time. They're like they have this crashed ship that they don't even know what they've got yet. So they may very well find these things, but they don't know about them yet because it's just literally crash landed in their town.
This was my other concern though, is that it like disturbs some of the canon because it comes before Alien 1. And in those movies, like none of the characters know anything about the
Does it
xenomorphs,
come
right?
before Alien 1?
It does, yeah.
And
it
the
Like a year
prequels,
before,
the
right?
prequels,
Right.
Yeah.
and the prequels take place like
it's
70
like decades before.
years before or something. Yeah.
No, I think it's only like 20 years. In any event, whatever.
I mean, I guess you could use the logic that that's why Utani's like, go to LV-426, go, explore, check it out, check it out, check it out, you know? Because they're still trying to get back this, like,
They've
lost...
seen a specimen.
Yeah. And if you think about it in the nerd fashion, they don't have warp drives in this universe. So when they're traveling to LV-47, it's taken multiple, like a decade.
Yeah.
So those
Sure
people
is.
could have been in transit when this stuff. The people that discovered the Ripley in Alien 1 were probably not even on Earth when this took place.
No, that is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I am
it's-
gonna check it out maybe when a little more of it is out. I will say I'm far more excited for Fallout Season 2, which is
Oh my
coming
God.
in
I
December.
Yeah,
saw
that
there was a
looks good.
trailer this week. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet.
Gimme,
so.
gimme.
I didn't see it.
Peacemaker,
Was there a trailer?
Season 2 tomorrow too.
There's like a teaser.
There's something that came out, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Love it. All right.
Talk about shows I had no real expectations for that blew my face off.
I think I said it, but I think Fallout is like the best video game adaptation of all time. I've never
yeah.
seen anything do it so accurately and so entertaining.
I can't wait to see Walton Goggins in New Vegas.
I was like, Walton Goggins.
yeah.
Is he also on the list with your, like, Timothy Oliphant?
He's very cool, but
He's on my list.
He doesn't do it for me the same way.
He's been really,
He's a
He's
cool
got some
dude, though.
swagger.
he's been hitting pretty hard over the last couple
He's
of
been spotted in lesbian bars in New York.
He's a cool guy, and everything I've read from him, like he also seems very smart and thoughtful, and so
Yeah.
he definitely seems like an endearing. He's like a Pedro Pascal kind of guy.
His sitcom turn as a lead on a sitcom, The Unicorn, wasn't terrible. I kind of enjoyed it. And he was actually like low key, and he wasn't bad.
Love it. All right, that's it. What do we do? Well, we don't know what we're doing next week. Are we back in theaters?
No new releases. I don't think. Unless Rachel's got something.
We should do the
Who's trying
burning
to
again.
remember?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Really?
You should watch it. I watch it like 3 times a year, probably.
All right, that's not having seen it and watching it 3
I saw it
times a
recently.
year, it's like just it's I can't even.
We've covered, John. You and I are living different lives. It's working
Yeah.
out for you better than me, clearly.
Our concept of comfort TV is probably a little alien, I think, Schnars.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
I'm getting on that Mystery Science Theater Roku channel, man.
Fuck
I'm on
yeah,
that
dude.
all the time. The
They're
only
all
time
over,
is
Pluto and Tubi too.
the only time is, and this is very controversial. I don't like Joel. I'm a Mike guy, so only
I like
the
Mike
newer episodes.
more, but I do like Joel.
Yeah, it bothers me that the robot's voice has changed. I don't care for that either. Get some goddamn consistency.
Eric. Yeah.
I also stopped watching Great British Baking Show when they changed that cast. I don't like change, John.
We're familiar. We're aware.
I actually watch that MST3K channel every Saturday morning when I get up and drink my coffee before Kong gets up. It's
I've seen some
stuff.
good shit on there that I missed. It's delightful.
Oh yeah.
Love it. All right, y'all.
Okay.
It's going to do it for BGH. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next week.
See yous.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.